the district magistrate, which we have. Am I audible to all of you?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Thank you, ma'am. First of all, I wish that and hope that all of you are in good health. We are all still going through the pandemic's second wave, and there's a possibility of a third wave coming. I'll be beginning my presentation now. I request permission to share the screen.
So you want us?
Okay, I'm sharing my screen. I hope
it is visible, sir.
sirs, ma'ams, is the screen visible? We've loaded the first slide of the presentation.
Yes, it is visible, sir.
Very much visible.
I thank you for this opportunity for allowing us to present what Cooch Behar has done since 2020 for the fight against COVID. Cooch Behar, to begin with, is a very huge district at the border of Assam. We have an 85-kilometer border with Assam and a 550-kilometer border with Bangladesh. It is the only district in the country which is, in terms of population, a majority scheduled caste population district, and also the highest SC population across any district in the country. Being one of the largest districts, it's become very, very difficult to control a pandemic situation, and we have been fairly successful. And I am proud to say that, say the same, but we highlight that in the subsequent slides. Being a district with very little private paraphernalia, we have very successfully managed to keep both the positivity in control and among the people who test positive, the fatality.
Just 1 minute, please. Can you make the slides little bigger, because your notes and next slides are coming. So if you can play the PPT, probably it will come in a bigger screen. It is difficult to read, too small letters. Can you play the presentation?
We are playing the presentation, ma'am. Is it not visible?
There are two templates coming, so naturally the screen space is divided. So
Okay.
the size is small.
Okay, that didn't come to our mind.
I mean, I'm getting old, so the letters are small.
And maybe this is a better way of showing it. We'll zoom it in a little more. So that
Just play. No, just play it. I think it will be better if you play it. No,
Am I
not
not
zoom.
reading
You
the
don't need to
presentation
zoom.
as
Just
such?
play it.
Okay, play the presentation.
Play the presentation.
Am I visible a little better than earlier, ma'am?
No, same thing.
Again, the same thing is coming.
This is something because of screen sharing. Can you just switch it off? Ma'am, I'm talking to the technical team here.
Yes, sir. How can we help you?
This is something because of the way it is going there. To me, it's only one screen. That's why it's difficult for me to understand.
We are seeing the, because basically this is the, right. Now it is okay.
I'm not very sure, ma'am, whether that's helpful.
Again, it has come back. I don't know. Pinky, can you help?
I mean, in any case, I'll not be reading through the presentation. The presentation.
I'm not able to see the numbers. The numbers are too small letters. Okay. You are showing the graph. I can see the graph, but the numbers are not visible at all.
Okay, ma'am.
I can show. Let me just.
Is it possible to share from short side? Is that a more convenient solution?
Now it is better. Yes, this is fine.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. And my real apologies. I had no idea that this would happen.
Okay.
Sirs, ma'ams, Cooch Behar has done fairly well in terms of statistics and generally being able to control the pandemic, despite a population of around 34 lakhs now in the district. We have not had positivity at any point of time which would exceed India's positivity even by a very, very long margin. The first graph here shows the positivity rates in Cooch Behar since the beginning of the previous wave. Before this, the data is not being shown to keep it in the same slide, but it was much lower before that also. So we're starting from August, what this data is saying. Today, the cumulative positivity of the country as a whole is 6.77%, meaning across all the tests that have happened since the beginning of the pandemic till date, around 6.77% tests have come out positive. In case of Cooch Behar, this is as low as 3.16%. I highlight that with emphasis because we have, even at the peak levels, which is visible here in the month of June 2021, we can see that India's overall positivity peaked, but Cooch Behar remained low. First of all, controlling that required a lot of social engineering, a lot of initiatives at each possible level, and genuine behavioral change among all the people in the district. That is easy to say, but the way that we could do it is evident in the statistics. And we've always tested through the roof. Our testing figures have been higher than the national average, much higher than most of the states at all points of time. So this is not because of anything to do with low testing numbers also. We've tested everywhere extensively and tracked all cases at the earliest possible opportunity. After having tested and found any positive cases, we have after that given the best possible treatment that can be done. And even in the fatality rates, which is visible here in the second graph, our fatalities have been much, much lower than the Indian average. Today, if I was to say, then the Indian average of number of patients who test positive, out of them, according to the statistics of the country as a whole today, 1.34% have not been able to recover from COVID. In Cooch Behar, this number is only 0.34%. That's significantly better than the national average. And within this, if I was to say, then the second wave, which has been much more fatal for the country, in that our figures are 4 times better than the first wave, whereas the national figures, which is seen from the third graph here, the national figures are maybe 4 times worse in terms of the statistics of death cases that are coming. That has been possible because we took a lot of proactive steps, even after the first wave had subsided, assuming that there could be a possibility of a second wave. We planned ahead, we improved our paraphernalia, we ensured oxygen availability, number of beds, everything possible. And the fatalities remained under control. And at no point of time did Cooch Behar reach a stage where we were overwhelmed for any reason whatsoever. And this is despite the fact that we are very far from the state headquarters, possibly the farthest district from Calcutta. We are also very far from any other major city. In the northern, we are near the chicken neck corridor of India. On this side is Assam and on this side is Siliguri. So Guwahati is around 5.5, 6 hours away, and Siliguri is around 3.5, 4 hours away. So despite all these distances, we managed everything that was possible. Just to highlight a few points here, which I have already mentioned, we were the last district in the state of West Bengal that remained COVID-free. Till the end of May 2020, we did not have a single case. At that point of time, the Ministry of Health, Government of India, and the Home Ministry were categorizing states on the categories of green, orange, red. It may be recalled by a jury. And we were the last green district in that sense in this part of the country. So that also was possible because of very, very strong enforcement and ensured that anybody testing positive anywhere or having even a suspect case was immediately tracked and taken care of. Coincidentally, we also had the highest number of migrants in the state, maybe around 1.5 lakhs. Those migrants were also immediately tested and quarantined. We developed a very scientific strategy to test them. And within a span of 5 weeks after we got our first positive at the end of May, within 5 weeks from that time, we were again back to 0 active cases. That also was despite having 1.5 lakh migrants coming to the district. So that again was something that required humongous efforts from our side. Our teams were working 24/7. And I mean that literally, we had team working in 3 shifts continuously in that duration to handle all the migrants and all other issues. Officers were literally not sleeping and they were working double shifts because manpower was the same that we had. This was all to take care of people in such a dire situation when a pandemic of this proportion had not been seen in 100 years. The other initiatives that are highlighted here include the fact that we set up special measures to take care of migrants' welfare also. We also made things like the economic rehabilitation plans, gave them support under Mahatma Gandhi NREGA, under the National Food Security Mission, under various MSME related missions like Mudra. There's a state mission by the name of Karma Sathi. There are other subsidy supports for handlooms. All possible missions were done, and a district level plan was made for economic rehabilitation also. And 1.18 lakh migrants, all of those who were willing to take such opportunities were given some kind of income support through that. This was all done at the district level. Similarly, before the second wave, we made new provisions for ensuring higher oxygen availability. We ordered a new oxygen plant in September 2020. This helped us to take care of any oxygen issues in the beginning of the second wave. Cooch Behar, like other districts of West Bengal, also had the elections in 2021, the earlier part of 2021. And in that time, there was a possibility of the wave coming faster or the cases being higher. We made sure, meticulously made sure that the elections and COVID were both done properly. Other than oxygen plants, I personally spoke to a lot of my personal network who are in different parts of the country. I am an alumni of IIT Kanpur. They are in different parts of the country and across the world. And we use their support to get not just medical supplies, but also donations directly to Cooch Behar. And as much as rupees 3 crores through various FCRA cleared NGOs, we were able to get for Cooch Behar, not in the sense of money directly. Most of that came in the sense of direct oxygen or any other medical equipment supplies. Things came from the US, from various European countries, from Singapore, from many other countries, directly to Cooch Behar. And that was all a district level initiative. And all these measures, proactive measures, ensured that Cooch Behar at no point of time faced either a high number of COVID cases, which led to any increase in fatality. Any problem of any kind was anticipated and it was solved. The challenges that I have spoken.
I beg your pardon, sir, but I'd like to request you to conclude your presentation in next 1 minute.
May I request for a few minutes, because there was a technical issue there in the between, which took us around a minute and maybe some time for that. I'll try to conclude it. I've spoken most of the points. There was another issue of vaccines. Vaccines generally, because there's a huge demand for vaccines. Everybody in the country right now is seeking for vaccines. Initially, there was vaccine hesitancy. For vaccine hesitancy also, we took special campaigns, and we found out local influential people, not necessarily political leaders or any other such people, within the communities, within normal people who could be highlighted as role models. And within the eligible criteria, you may remember that in the first phase, it was the frontline, it was the healthcare workers that were started in the middle of January. From them, we first vaccinated people of the lowest rung within the healthcare workers, the paramedical staff, the other supporters, like even ASHA workers, other paramedical people. Later on, we also went to frontline workers similarly, as and when the government policies changed about vaccination. And within those groups, we found out super spreader people also, meaning those people who come in contact with a lot many people compared to anybody else, generally because of the kind of work they do or the way their interactions happen, or the people who have a tendency to have a lot of transportation requirements. So in all these aspects, we took care of super spreader groups. And we understood that because COVID typically starts in municipal areas, we vaccinated the municipal areas first. We ensured there was some kind of herd immunity developed in the municipal areas at the earliest. And even in containment zones that we continued in the second wave also, after we understood that complete lockdown is not possible, so we made appropriate containment zones. Within containment zones also, we intensified vaccination. This helped us make localized herd immunity kind of bubbles wherever the virus was showing a tendency of either spreading or a future hotspot could emerge. And that took care of general positivity being very low. These scientific interventions were also coupled with a lot of data analytics that went into predicting how it will be going in the future. And that data analytics helped us at various levels and in decision making. Because of a lack of time, I'll not be elaborating further on these aspects because I've been told to close the presentation. Thank you so much. We are also prepared for the third wave similarly, just to tell you. Maybe a slide or two of that we'll show.
Sir, I would like to know a couple of things. What is your approximately testing per day? Your positivity rate is low, but how much
yes, sir.
are you testing per day? And
Sir,
how
at
much
the-
does it turn out to be million per person?
Sir, if I was to say that, sir, we have been testing at different levels. Whenever we saw that the number of cases was seen to increase, the number of actual real positive cases among the tests was showing an increase, we increased the testing immediately. We set up 2 COVID labs also, COVID sample testing labs. And sir, just to give the figures, we have a daily testing of at least 3,000, even at the very, very low levels of COVID. Like right now, we have a positivity of less than 1%, but we are still testing 3,000, 3,500 daily.
Oh, okay. The second question is percentage-wise of the population in your district, how many have been vaccinated? At least one vaccine and both the vaccines, percentage. Because
vaccine,
numbers
sir.
do not mean much. We would like to have the percentage.
So if I was to say, then sir, like I said, sir, because vaccine availability is not in my hands. My
I know
population
that.
is,
I know that. We are aware of the problem.
yes, sir. So for that reason, what we did is we identified those groups which had a tendency of contracting COVID. So
No,
all those groups have 100% been vaccinated. Now
Okay.
only the general population, which is at much lesser risk, that is typically remaining. And within that, sir, for the third wave, what we've done is we've prioritized all pregnant women and all women with children up to 12 years of age. And that is the current strategy for us. All other super spreader groups, like anybody belonging to any transport organization, anybody of any market, anybody of any government staff which is coming in contact, all frontline workers, all healthcare workers, all people above 60, all people above 45, most of them are vaccinated now. As
Okay.
a percentage, sir, I'll have to calculate that.
Okay, I was just going to compare, like you have compared the national average on positivity and other things, that you are a couple of points below that. I was just trying to compare if national level there are 48 crores which have been vaccinated till today, which is working out to be 20% and two vaccines is around 8% or so. So what is your percentage in your district?
Sir,
I know this will
we've
depend
done
upon
6.1 lakh people, sir. 6.1 lakh people, which will come out to maybe 20 something percent, sir.
20 something. That's good. That's good. See, as long
Yeah,
as you're
not
able
bad.
to prevent the third wave, it is good. I think it is very good being a remote place. And I know the problem of the vaccine hesitancy which is there, especially in the remote areas. If you're able to achieve that, I think you've done an excellent job. You've done an excellent job. Actually, I opened up your complete state and district detail. Unfortunately, on my website, your testing and other details were missing. So that's why I asked you that question. Otherwise, I wouldn't have asked, because I have all the data with me right now. So it
Sir.
is very good. I've seen the peaks, I've seen the things. I think you have done excellent. Your vaccinations are also going at a fairly good pace. On
Sir.
an average, you are vaccinating more than 5,000-6,000 every day. There are days when
We've crossed 10,000 also, sir, depending on vaccine availability, we've crossed
there are
10,000
days
also.
when you are vaccinated as many as 14,000, 13,000, which is, that
Yes,
has
sir.
also happened. 10,000,
Yes, sir.
11,000, 14,000. You have vaccinated 14,000.
Yes, sir. Typically, sir, like I said, sir, it's not in my hands to have vaccine. I don't know how much vaccine I'll get. So in whatever we could even ask for, we could push for how much soever we could manage. Within that, we've found ways within that strategy of whatever availability to vaccinate all those people who need to be vaccinated first.
No, I think you have taken a lot of proactive actions and decisions. I think it has resulted in controlling the peak
Sir.
and
Sir,
overwhelm of the metros. So you have been able to take care of that. Excellent. Very good. I'm very happy.
90% of the urban population is vaccinated, sir. My 80% of people in slums are vaccinated. My maybe 85% of 60 plus people are vaccinated. And the remaining, that are the small groups that are remaining, are mainly because they are completely either comatose or they are unable to come out. So sir, for them, what we've done is, this has started, we are calling it Dware vaccine. It started in Cooch Behar and now it is happening all across Bengal. We are going to their doorstep to give vaccine. And this is the remotest parts of the district, sir, where we have to cross rivers and every such place. Going to the Bangladesh border.
I just wish other states like Kerala take your example and try to make their districts, infection free, then you would be seeing a third wave. I just
Ma'am.
wish they take
Ma'am,
your
we are-
example.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, we are actually technically in the northeast, and people are assuming that the northeast is from where the third wave will come. And because we are on this side of the chicken neck, I am being very, very careful about it and
Yeah,
not
you have
taking
to be
any chance
careful.
at all.
Actually, you have to be careful. You cannot let your heads down at all, because if now the north is in the bad stage, so if infection or the infection comes through that chicken neck, then you will be in trouble.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, already my adjoining districts in Assam, Dhubri, Kokrajhar, these are the two districts.
They are
They are
already
all having
they are
lockdown.
already down.
They
Yeah,
are in
yeah.
the lockdown.
So,
They are in red zone, in complete red zone. All there are 4
probably-
districts on
probably you have
Bangladesh
to-
side.
So probably you have to close the border, maybe.
Yes, ma'am. We've closed the border. We are closing in the sense that we are testing everybody crossing the border. And similarly on Bangladesh side also, ma'am, we have 550 kilometers of Bangladesh border. And there are 4 districts of Bangladesh on that side. They are all also under complete lockdown. So I am in a very, very tight spot here.
Yeah,
And despite that,
yeah, that's right. So your surveillance has to be very, very strong and strict, and you just can't let anybody relax. This is very crucial.
yes,
Good.
ma'am.
But,
We are
but
doing
yeah,
everything.
so far you have done very well. Congratulations.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.